Hello everyone, doing fine. With you online, Abu Muslim Mensch again. I'm going to talk about the term Concord, which means the agreement between subjects and verbs in English. So Concord, let's look at the definition. According to the book Academic and Business Writing, User's Guide to Common Pitfalls by Dr. Rachel Bailow. So, um, according to this book, Concord, the term agreement in grammar simply describes the relationship that exists among the inflectional forms of different elements within a sentence. Okay, so that's agreement. When we say agreement, Concord simply means agreement. Okay, between subjects and verbs in English grammar. Okay, let me quickly expand on the subject. You know, what was Concord? Like I said initially, that it means agreement. Okay, so it's a singular subject. A singular subject, for instance, requires a singular form of the verb that comes after it in discourse. So, verbs agree with subjects that come before them in sentences. Okay, that with the subjects. They agree with the subjects in number and person. Says no, that the first person, second person, or the third person. Let's look at a few examples. When we say the man goes to work early, the man goes to work early. Okay, so we know that the man is a subject here. So that man is a subject. So the man, because the man goes to work. So the verb goes is a singular verb. It agrees with a number. Okay, with the number of the subjects. I mean, the subject is just one, not two men, not three men, just one man. Okay, so the man goes. That's an example because it has to agree with the number. Okay, of of the subject. So provide is the subject. So the verb agrees with it. Okay, so if you have a plural word, for example, if the noun is a plural, for example, the men, we say go to work early, not the man goes or the man go. Okay, so we need to know this. So this is what we call concord. Okay, another example: the babies crawl fast. They crawl fast. The word the verb crawl. It's a plural verb. It agrees with the plural subject. How we get part making. Now let's go deeper into it. Let's take the rules, you know, of Concord one after the other because we have areas of sentence construction of which you you've got to be aware. Okay, so let's look at them. The first one, even though I may not necessarily take everything at a go, I may not necessarily explain everything, all the rules in this session, but we're going to take it brick by brick. Okay, so the first of them, when two or more singular subjects, I've explained subjects. Okay, so that's the doer of the action in the sentence. For example, I eat amala and ewedu every night. I eat um, chocolate and pizza every afternoon. So I'm the subject of the action. The head boy always arrives to school early. So who arrives to school early? The head boy. Okay, so that's the subject of the doer. And what's the action there? Arrives. So he arrives. Okay, so that's a singular verb. Okay, so now let's continue. Let's carry on our explanation. When singular subjects, when they are connected by the conjunction and, A plural form of the verb is required. Is what we consider. For example, Jide and Titi are not at home. You know, Jide and Titi. So both of them now they are not at home. The rule says when two or more singular subjects are connected by the conjunction and, a plural form of the verb is required. Okay, so let's consider the following sentences. Mr. Bola and Mrs. Jide are not available. Okay, so we use are not is not, because there are two now. Okay, another example: my daddy and my mommy are traveling next week. Okay, so we use are for this, because you know um there are two. Okay, so that's the rule. When we mention a subject, just one subject, so we use the singular verb. Okay, in this case we use the singular verb. So we use a singular verb. The singular form of the verb, okay, is used in this case. So this is most frequent after each and every. So when we say each of them, each of the students, so we use the singular verb. We use the singular verb here. Each of the students comes late to school. When the two singular subjects refer to the same person, okay, or thing, the singular verb is used. Okay, let's ponder on the following example. Cake and biscuit is appealing enough for Hassan Hussein. The next rule. So the next rule says mathematical computation may take either a singular or plural verb. That is, anything that has to do with mathematics, we may use either of the um verbs. Okay, either of the verbs. Okay, for example, 4 and 5 equals 4 and 5. You can say equals or is 9. You could say equals 9 or is 9. Okay, another example: um 4 times 2 is 8 or equals 8. You only need to get your head around and know that, okay, we use a singular verb, okay, for this. So another example: um 20 and 10 are 30. Okay, 20 and 10 30. Okay, so 30 and 10 30. So that's it. But here I need to quickly explain something. The teachers at times, especially primary school teachers, they tend to give a wrong expression when it comes to mathematical computation. For example, they say 3 and 1 31, 3 and 1. So in English we know that and means addition, plus. Okay, Jide and Titi, Jide plus Titi, that is there are two now. Okay, so now when we say 1 and 1, they will say 11, and which is wrong. 1 and 1, that is 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, that is 1 and another 1, that's 2. You get what I'm making? So just to get your head around, so you could say 1 and 1 are 2, and you can say 1 and 1 is 2. So here what we need to understand is that when it comes to mathematical computation, we may use either a plural or singular. Okay, a singular verb. It is very common to use the singular form of the verb in arithmetical computation mathematics, because it does mostly common. So the next rule: a clause or gerund in the position of a subject counts as singular for the purpose of Concord and agreement. Okay, so let's look at one example too. That he has given you a free access. Is an opportunity for you to grab it, to grab the course. Okay. Another example: fighting is forbidden. Fighting is forbidden. Okay. So we use a singular verb in this case. The next rule: plural words and phrases count as singular if they are used as titles, quotations, and names. Okay, so let's look at example. Biscuits is what I really like to take before breakfast. Okay, another example: the Adidoins is the best family ever, is the best organization ever. Okay, so we can see that even though the words come as plurals, okay, the words are plurals, that plural, even though they are plural words or phrases, they are still counted as what, as singular, because they are used as names or titles of, and so on. So now let's look at the last rule, where this is where we're going to stop. So the last rule says some plurals, some plural nouns which do not have the inflectional must be realized as plural. Okay, these plural nouns function as collective nouns representing several related individual parts in these positions. Examples of these plural nouns include cattle, people, fleet, police, furniture, assignments, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for example, the furniture are really good. The new furniture are really good. Furniture, it doesn't sound as a plural word. However, it is a singular. It's a singular word. Okay, so we say the furniture are good. The furniture are good. The people are yet to come. We use are. Okay, they're only devoid of the s ending. So this is where we're going to stop today, inshallah. I believe you're going to get head around. We're going to carry on explaining the topic, inshallah, next weekend. Now, until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
نظم جامع في تجويد القرآن الكريم ضمن سلسلة المتون العلمية. كن به رحيما، كن به رحيما، فهو أسير، فهو أسير، فهو أسير، فهو أسير. الهندسة الصوتية، تقديم محدثكم أحمد سالم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.